I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, this is definitely one of the most overdone tropes I've ever seen. It's the whole school play trope, where all the characters are involved in a scripted production, either within their school or, well, actually, it's just within their school.
Yum.
With literally almost every show doing this plot, I had to personally narrow it down to the ones I thought were the most interesting. So today, we're going to be going over Disney Channel and Teen Nick. First, we have Sweet Life, Wizards, and then we'll go to Zoey 101 and Ned's Declassified. And you guys will not believe how similar these plots are. What's up, everybody? It's Johnny2000. Don't forget to like and subscribe for 2000s nostalgia. One of my favorite of all time is the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia one. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that show, but that is one of the best musical episodes because they find a way to make it musical theater as well as being everything else, and these ones are kind of more play-based. Either or, we love seeing plots where actors are pretending to play actors playing other people, which is insane to me. I can't believe we're in this society. The 2000s were filled with us, either in high school or middle school, having this exact experience, whether we're involved in theater or it's just going on around us. So I feel like it is such a universal experience to have, at least in America and Western culture. One of my favorite cartoon ones is the Jimmy Neutron one, which you could learn more about in my season 2 retrospective of Jimmy Neutron. But today we're gonna jump into the teen show ones. Let's start with The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, season 2. It's called A Midsummer's Nightmare, parodying the title A Midsummer Night's Dream from Shakespeare. I can't believe how many shows dip into the theater aspect. It's probably because all the writers have a background in the arts and want to talk about theater. I personally don't relate to this, even though I write musicals, put them out on Spotify, and you should probably listen to them. This episode's infamous because we have the famous Selena Gomez. And something that none of the other play or theater-like episodes do is reflect the play they're making it about. Like, they do A Midsummer's Nightmare, which is kind of a parody of the Shakespeare show, A Midsummer Night's Dream. And it's so funny because it's all about this miscommunication of love and, like, different characters falling in love with the other ones, and they actually make that happen with Zack and Cody's plot lines. Like, Zack's involved in the school show just to get closer to specifically the girl Selena Gomez plays. Cody is really upset with his part because he has to play like a donkey. This girl that keeps following Zack around is trying to get in between him and potentially Selena Gomez. I love how Cody's not even a threat, but Zack does get closer to Selena, making Cody pretty angry, but it's not their fault. Like, they genuinely have a love story together. The whole B-plot is actually that Carrie joins the theater troupe and helps them direct the show, but she becomes like the most pretentious character, even going so far that the theater director is like, what the heck? Cody tries to get back at Zack by going with his crush, which I think that's a fair game. If that weren't enough, the girl who had a crush on Zack is now trying to get with Cody to make Zack jealous. And Cody has to wear a donkey head the whole time. Selena and the other girl end up getting in a fight on stage during the show, which is totally how theater works. Their personal problems literally come onto the stage, with Carrie trying to hold down the fort, but to no avail. This is like just a giant mess. All around, this episode was just full of fun. I like that we step out of the normal Sweet Life plot lines and follow Zack and Cody and their love stories, especially in the play context. Like, there's just so much you can do with actors acting in a play within the universe. It's just so meta and funny, and all the miscommunications do it really well. I like how often they're on stage and giving lines to each other. Like, it's a fun episode. The next one I would say is the most unconventional one because it's involving wizards. This is season 2, episode 12 of Wizards. It's called Fairy Tale. So Justin needs a letter of recommendation from Mr. Tate, who says he will write it if Justin directs the school play of Peter Pan.
No offense, but isn't that kind of blackmail?
Blackmail is just the sort of thing they teach at good old Clementine College.
Meanwhile, Mr. Tate also tells Alex that she has not fulfilled her extracurricular activities. Can you guess where this is going?
Well, I'm the new reviewer for the school newspaper.
I've always known you had promise, honey, and now I know what it was for.
Alex finds a loophole that she could be a part of the school play, but not do anything by having Harper be Tinkerbell and her being the understudy, so she wouldn't have to do anything. Alex tries to get Justin, who is the director, to hire her as Tinkerbell's understudy, but he tells her she has to audition.
Why? You know I'm a good actor. I've been acting like I like you for years.
Jerry's super excited that his son's doing the play. Justin asks Jerry if he should have Alex be Tinkerbell's understudy.
Which one of these is the understudy?
Got it?
Oh, yeah.
During auditions, Justin gives the role to Zeke Beakerman, which is not how auditions work. Usually you have to at least go through everyone before you assign someone. During the audition, they cast Harper as Tinkerbell, and Alex tricks Justin into hiring her as the understudy.
I make my own decisions.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Prove it.
Fine. Watch. Alex Russo's the understudy. There. So
Why? I don't want to do it.
you have to. I'm the director.
Okay, then fine. I'll do it.
Just as quickly as Harper is cast, she slips off the stage, already needing Alex to fill in for her.
I almost slipped in my cheddar cheese fairy dust.
Don't you have an understudy?
I'd rather not say.
With things already looking bleak, Zeke also broke his neck, causing Jerry to want to step in.
I'm gonna play Peter Pan. We'll just say I'm your cousin visiting from the country.
A country of what, old dudes?
Alex takes Harper up to a fairy agency where she tries to hire an actual fairy to take over her role so she doesn't have to do it.
Do you see one you like? Anyone really standing out? Anyone popping for you?
These are pictures of the same fairy.
Alex attempts to give the fairy her role, but she'd rather be a cop than a fairy again. While Alex is trying to pull off her scheme, she's actually never learned her lines. So when we get to the actual show, she ends up improvising everything that happens.
Ew, is this diet?
And in a very Alex-like fashion, doesn't even want to sit on the floor. She just puts a pillow down and falls onto it. Zeke overacts, and it's really funny. The fairy comes on stage and uses actual magic, which everyone worries about exposing wizards. So Alex attempts to capture it during the show, only knocking over set pieces and causing a giant scene. Meanwhile, Max the whole time is going to be writing for the school newspaper, and he actually does a review on the school play. He writes a pretty good review.
In this ambitious production, Tinkerbell swats down her own inner demon and is then able to help others.
It ends on a positive note with Justin finally getting the letter of recommendation he wanted. This episode's really fun because I love it when shows do episodes where they're putting on a musical. I personally am a big theater kid, so watching it is always funny. I love seeing actors playing actors on stage and seeing things go wrong. It reminds me a lot of The Show That Goes Wrong, which is a really funny actual Broadway show. They did this trope on The Suite Life of Zack and Cody. They did it on they did it on almost every show, and it always is hilarious. Even seeing Selena Gomez attempt to be a bad actor is funny, because having her sit on a pillow as Tinkerbell is just, I don't know, it's just gold. Intertwining Max working for the school newspaper really serves the plot well, because it ends on such a positive note that all the main characters got to contribute to the plot, and having wizards tied into it with the actual fairy being in the plot makes it just as much a wizard episode as it would a grounded episode of TV in general. So The Suite Life of Zack and Cody focuses on the actor's perspective, when Wizards takes us to the directing perspective too, with Justin. And you know what? That's even more introduction for the segue, where we get the writer's perspective. Zoey 101. So it's called The Play, and there's the drama teacher is the guy from The Suite Life of Zack and Cody. They're doing a show, and Mark DeFigolo wants to be Annie, which is like, this character is just being thrown around at this point.
I wanted to be Annie.
That Chase wrote the show. They better pay him for that, though. Like, he wrote the entire show that the class is doing. They say that everybody's going to have auditions later that day, but it's like, if you're an actor, how do you prepare for a play written by your fellow peer? Like, I don't know what they're about to prepare. Why all these people are so active in theater? Like, this is just such a specific group of people. And if, like, you like sports, I don't know if you also like being in the play. They have a funny reference where Zoey asks who played all the female roles before the girls came in, and it turns out to be Chase, which is a super funny moment.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Of course Chase is a theater kid, though. Like, this makes so much sense. Not only did he write it, but he was playing all the female characters. Like, if anything, I'm, like, wondering why this never comes up again. Like, why does Chase's whole personality have to be about Zoey? And the show is apparently about a lifeguard and a space alien, which I can't believe you wrote about that, Chase. Like, it's so weird and cringy, and it's like, I don't know what's going on in that guy's emotional baggage that he needs to express himself through a lifeguard, and Logan says it's uncool and makes fun of them for doing theater in the first place, which is, like, fair, even though I was a theater kid. Meanwhile, Dustin's sick and tries to find Zoey, but Quinn finds him, and I assume she's going to help him, but then she ends up experimenting on him. Are there any rules here? Like, can you just go to a girl's dorm if you're a boy? I don't know. I don't understand the rules of PCA.
It's not making me
And the fact that Quinn can experiment on him, like, some of this stuff looks borderline illegal, but, like, I guess it's just creative here, making it a lot more like Hollywood Arts. So then they do auditions, and for some reason, it's in front of the other peers. Like, I don't know why you would not have private auditions. And everybody is, like, horribly bad. Like, not even just kind of bad, like, horribly. Because that's the only way to make Zoey look so good.
You don't know what planet this is?
No, I lost control of my starship, and it plunged into the ocean.
Like, she literally does the most basic line reading, and that's all we get. And suddenly she gets the part. Chase is excited because he's gonna kiss her in the final scene, and even the teacher knows, and I don't know why he's being sus about it.
We're not doing Annie.
But things take a turn when Logan comes out of his way to audition, and he's like, okay, I want to be a part of it. You're right. It's not uncool. So he does a super good job, which is so random. And the teacher is like, wow, you definitely have to cast him for your show, especially if he's this good.
So the drama club rocks? I rock. It should be a good match, right?
And Chase is like, okay, I guess they're gonna have to kiss then. But obviously he's like more than upset. I don't know why Logan's like scenes are like a little bit slowed down. Like maybe the actor wasn't comfortable with pacing, but like you could tell that the editing is slowed him down to deliver the line shorter. Zoey's about to like quit the play because she's upset that it's Logan, which is fair. Like, why would you do that? But then when she sees like a glimpse of his performance, she's like, on stage he's a different person. It's like, yeah, Zoey, that's acting. But she doesn't know how that works because she just reads the lines in the most basic way. Not only in the play, but in this entire show. So Chase tries to like excuse it by writing a different ending that says kill instead of kiss, which is scary, but the teacher doesn't buy it.
I'm always mixing up my S's and L's. Like, one time, I tried to write sassafras. I wrote lalafrau.
And that's fair, because it's like, obviously you wouldn't make that big of a grammar mistake. Chase attempts to get Logan sick by using Dustin's sickness, which is interesting. At least the B-plot makes a little sense here. Not just Quinn experimenting on this kid for no reason. But instead of Logan getting sick, Chase gets sick. And he's so upset about being sick, he jumps out the window when he's with the nurse, and the nurse, like, follows him. I don't understand this. And why does the bed have its own comforters? Like,
Zoey! Don't do it!
we see the play, and for some reason, it's all on one scene. Like, it's literally just the alien and the lifeguard talking. We don't see any other evolution of this show. I would love to see whatever Chase wrote for this alien and lifeguard thing, but I guess the kiss is the only thing that matters.
As I was saying, you're amazing. You're perfect.
So are you.
When they do it on stage, Logan acts like a diva already. Zoey remembers who he really is and is no longer interested in kissing him, so she ends up not doing it. Oh my god, Zoey, you can't just not do the script.
Why do you even want to kiss me?
'Cause I think you're really special.
Oh, well, I guess you think that Hula Girl's really special too, because I know you tried to kiss her.
So she, like, basically changes the entire script right then and there. Chase doesn't care for some reason. I don't know why he doesn't care about his show being good. And we're left super unresolved. Like, there's not a lot to do about this. Another representation of what the heck is this show about? Like, we're doing theater now? We did basketball?
Go, Zoey! You showed him! Oh, yeah! Ah!
And why are the characters so much like the characters in Victorious? It's uncanny. The show almost does not hold up to this day because of all the extra shows that came after it and the reuse of plot lines and characters, and it's just, I don't know how to defend this.
Be jealous. Be very jealous.
And of course, now we're diving into Ned's Declassified. They have an episode called The School Play. It's written pretty strategically, so everybody has a goal within this setting. Of course, Mose is the stage manager with her control issues, and Ned Bigby's goal is to kiss Susie, but he's not the character that's supposed to kiss Susie in the show.
Ned Bigby and I never say never. You just said it 3 times.
Oh, and Cookie's mission is to be a better actor than Spencer. I guess in this episode, he's really confident in his acting skills.
Like there lies more peril in thine eye than in 20 swords. Alack again, alack.
And it's kind of funny. Cookie's a really funny character. This one's more of a Romeo and Juliet parody. So Ned's whole plan in this episode is to replace Spencer with Cookie so that way the kiss doesn't matter. He says a little accident's gonna happen, and I definitely think that's child endangerment. And it actually works pretty quickly. They shine a light on him, and that's enough for him to fully fall off the stage. Of course, Mose is really upset because she knows that this was on purpose. Of course, the theater teacher is super eccentric, as they are in literally every theater episode. Like, they're all overly artsy to a fault.
Simone, this show must go on. With me, and not Cook.
And sure, there's some reality to that, but I wouldn't say every theater teacher or theater director is so emotionally invested in the shows the way these guys are. This is probably the best part in all of these episodes. It's Ned and Cookie trying to take out Spencer, like through bananas, a giant log. It's like crazy how far these kids are willing to go to try to get rid of him. And I love that Mose is the opposing force. Like, she's standing up for the actor just because she's the stage manager. They even get Gordy to act like a producer and try to convince Spencer they need him in Hollywood, like, right now.
To take you to Hollywood.
My Romeo and my passionate kiss of Susie will be no more. For Hollywood beckons!
For me, that would have worked. Mose is able to stop this by pretending to be a fan, which how in the world would he not recognize her as the stage manager?
Hollywood must wait.
And convinces him to go back. This poor audience, imagine waiting in these seats for as long as they probably have to. Like, this is ridiculous. I would want my money back, even if it was my kid. We see that Spencer actually wants to kiss Susie, and it kind of makes us as an audience mad, so I guess we're rooting for Ned now, but please don't actually kill him, Ned. This is definitely the highlight of the whole episode, when they get into a horse costume and start messing with him on stage.
Oh, how I wish I wore a glove upon it. What are you doing? Come on, boss.
It ends up being so catastrophic that they knock down the tower that Susie's on, and everybody gets hurt. The end. At least it was a good ending, right? I definitely think out of all the shows, this is the one that, like, got the most punishment for their actions, especially with the audience, and they somehow fix the entire stage and have Cookie and Ned be the ones to fill in for Romeo and Juliet, which is actually a really funny ending. Overall, this one was definitely one of the most creative play episodes I've ever seen. So every episode did something different, whether it was The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody focusing on the actor's perspective, Wizards focusing on the director's perspective, Zoey 101 focusing on the writer's perspective, or Ned's Declassified focusing on the student stage manager perspective. Whew, they really covered so many different bases, and I like how each show added its own personal twist. I'm so curious to know what the writers were thinking when they did this, because I wonder if the experiences of the writers on each show was different. Like, the Neds probably had a stage manager writer. The Sweet Life writers might have only been on the actor side of it all. And I'm not sure if you guys noticed this, but everyone except the Wizards of Waverly Place episode was kind of focused on love. Of course, Wizards is a different genre than the other shows combined, but it's funny that it stands out in that sense. Like in Sweet Life, all the characters are falling for one another, and the whole show is what's going to define the relationship. Same thing with Zoey 101, where Chase is worried that Zoey's going to fall for Logan, and that's the whole concept. And then, of course, Ned trying to get a kiss from Susie, ending up kissing Cookie by the end, and that was just a really fun twist. I love how each of them took their own approach, and I don't know, it just goes to show that every show can do the same trope, but it's all about the approach from the writer's perspective and how they execute that approach. It also kind of reminds me of the show that made an entire series based on putting a show together, High School Musical, the series. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was kind of a breakout hit at one point, and that entire series takes place with the characters making a musical. And if we're going to talk about the topic of copying, in 2018, I actually made a series called Drama Club about a group of friends in their own dramatic situations that are putting on the show Grease.
Slow down, Speed Racer. Already hitting third base and you want to take it farther? Ooh, I don't think Mom's gonna be too cool with all this.
Sound familiar? Yeah, I feel like High School Musical, the series, definitely copied me. Each episode was from a different character's perspective, and this was years before that came out. Years before Olivia Rodrigo was even invented.
I got a girlfriend. A female to my male, as the French would say.
If you guys want to check out that piece of work I put out, I'll drop a link below, but it's mainly on my other channel, and we'll probably cover it in another one of my videos. I'm not sure if you guys seen already, but I've been covering some of my own personal projects because they're a lot similar to teen show tropes. I just did this commentary on one show I did with an episode about anger management, and if you guys want to see my episodes about theatrical plays, you could go check it out right now.
According to Dr. Phil, being a participant makes you an enabler.
So that'll be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching my deep dive into this hilarious trope of musical theater and plays. Until next time, everybody, this is Johnny2000 signing off.